Hi, I'm Rob with Hayneedle. This is a short video on the assembly of the Rustic torch log, porch swing, and A-frame. The estimated time in this assembly is around 1.5 hours, and the tools you will need are 2 crescent wrenches, or you could also use a 14mm socket or a 17mm socket. Start by opening your box and removing its contents. Then locate your instructions. On the front, you'll find a parts and hardware list. Take a brief inventory to make sure you have all the pieces needed for this assembly. We'll start by taking one of our bolts labeled as B, 2 of our pieces labeled as 2, and our piece labeled as 1. First, insert the bolt through a piece 2, then 1, then 2 again, and on the opposite side, add your washer and your hex nut. We're going to tighten these into place using our wrench and crescent wrench. Then we're going to repeat this step on the opposite side with our remaining pieces too. Using 2 of our bolts labeled as D, we'll now attach our piece 5 to the sides of our frame. Take your bolt, insert through piece 5, then through your piece 2. On the opposite end, add your washer and your hex nut. You'll repeat this step for your next leg and also on the opposite side with your second piece 5. Using 2 of our bolts labeled D, we'll now attach our pieces 3 and 4 to our legs 2. Take the bolt and insert into 4, then through the hole in the side of 2. Add your washer and hex nut on the opposite end and tighten. And repeat this step for your piece 3 on your opposite leg. After you have both 3 and 4 tightened, repeat these steps for the opposite side of your frame. Now take your bolt E and insert through first your piece 3, then your piece 1, and then your piece 4 on the opposite end. Use your washer and your hex nut and tighten into place. Repeat this step for the opposite side, then take your wrenches and fully tighten each bolt. Using 2 of our bolts labeled as C, we'll now attach our back to our seat. To do this, line up the holes on your back with the holes on your seat. Insert your bolt through both pieces. Using first your washer, then your hex nut, we're going to hand tighten on the opposite side. You'll repeat this step for the opposite side. Using our bolt labeled as A, we're going to first insert into our piece 8, then through our piece 9, and finally through our seat. From the bottom of our seat, we'll add our washer and our hex nut and tighten into place. Repeat this step for the opposite side. Take your bolt labeled as C, insert through your arm and out through the back. Then again, add your flat washer and your hex nut and tighten. And repeat this step on the opposite side. Using 2 of our bolts labeled as C, we'll now attach our middle beam labeled as 0. Start by inserting your first bolt into the bottom hole of 0 and through the hole on your seat. Then from the inside of your arm, insert the bolt, then insert into your piece 0. Take your washer and hex nuts to tighten. and repeat this step on the opposite side. Now that we have all of our bolts in place, go back with your wrenches and fully tighten all of your bolts and hex nuts. Take your hardware labeled as E and insert up through the holes of your frame, adding your washer, then your hex nut, and turn to tighten into place. Repeat this step for your second piece on the opposite side. Now take your S hooks labeled as G, attach to your swing, then attach to your frame. And there you have your finished Rustic swing.